Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Accidental Wrestling Fan. This is the first video version of it. Took 5 years, but we're finally making it happen. It's just Damon and Kaz today. You get to see our wonderful faces the entire time.
The camera? I don't know.
You can just go back and forth looking at me. Like I feel like it would be more realistic looking at me, look at the camera.
Yeah.
We don't have a
It's
multi.
like Joe Rogan style.
I know we don't have a multi-camera set up, and I'm sure I can cover up any awkwardness of us, like not knowing what to do, maybe with some still images, something that I can maybe rip or steal from YouTube.
For sure.
But before we get going, we have our partners at TeePublic, tee.pub/lic/Podbros. There's probably a sale going on. There's always a sale.
I would think so.
There was one last week for 35% off.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
did you get that shirt from TeePublic?
My girlfriend actually picked this out at
It's a great shirt.
Meyer.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like she saw like a really nice polo for work, so I have to be business casual all the time. And she saw this tank top. She's like, "You gotta wear it." I almost wore it from the TeePublic site. We have it in the Podbros store. It's a Jean-Claude Van Damme "Are You Man Enough to Fight With Me" shirt from Street Fighter, and I almost wore that tonight so I could plug the store, but I didn't. I failed.
What are you gonna do? You can plug Meyer.
Myers, if you're from the Midwest. Apostrophe S.
I found a great Stone Cold shirt at Walmart for like $7.
Really?
They got like a little section of wrestling shirts.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I have to check that out, man. You know, a lot of my shirts that I have are either from TeePublic or like Walmart or Meyer at this point.
Yeah.
I'm starting to buy jeans and dress pants from Walmart and Meyer.
Walmart has this brand. I think it's just Walmart based. It's called George. Have you seen it?
Yeah, because the pants that I wore to work today were George.
I bought a pair of George pants and they weren't bad.
No,
the shorts are nice.
Yeah,
they're like the over the knee shorts, not too long, not too short, just perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got nice flannels in the winter. That's like my flannel game is the George flannels.
George flannels.
They used to be called something else. I forget what like Faded Glory, I want to say.
Faded Glory. That sounds
and they
like
changed to like George, and they got like a new like hipster type logo and shit.
Faded Glory sounds like a pop punk band. But
it does.
Oh, patreon.com/podbros. Check that out. There's a TAWF tier. For $1, I think for $1 you can name off your favorite matches. You can either come on the show or send us a list. We'll read them off and give you a shout out. There's also the $2 tier where you can pick any wrestling promo you want, and one of us will read it off in our own dramatic interpretation of it.
Yeah.
I'm generally shocked that no one's taken us up on that. Not even any one of our friends have taken us up on that. I'm going to have to promote that on social media more, because I think if I pushed it more on social media, people might be more likely to...
Did you guys ever post the one you did?
Oh, the Zandig one?
Yeah.
No, we never did. I actually want to...
That's a good one.
Come up with something that's not really related to TAWF at all, but something related to Podbros. I wanted to come up with a way to benefit people that have been listening to the show for a long time, or people that have been patrons for a long time, and maybe give them volumes of Podbros After Dark.
Yeah.
Or maybe even doing kind of like the podcast version of like a loot crate, or those t-shirt crates like Pro Wrestling Tees does, where if you give us $5, we'll just send you a bunch of random content that we've done for Patreon.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so maybe we'll come up with something like that. I have to talk to the Podfather, John. So we've got a lot to talk about because we haven't been in the studio in about 2 weeks.
It's been longer for me. I don't know about you.
Well, I think it's 2 weeks for me, but John was around recently with the episode with Superfan Dan, Short Style Wrestling's biggest fan. Check that out. on the Podbros page. I'm sure John's got something in the can. He's always got wrestling interviews, commentary, stuff that I had no clue that he even did.
I didn't even know he did that Dan interview until I seen it was posted today.
Yeah, dude, half of the commentary tracks that pop up on Monday, Tuesday mornings when I go and check the Podbros page and upload it for Facebook and Twitter, I'm like, what the fuck? When did he go and record that? I didn't see I didn't see him text me about it or anything.
No.
The dude is a workhorse. He's just constantly doing commentary. But today we've got Takeover, the G1, SummerSlam. I feel like there was something else that you wanted to talk about. Since we're using my phone to record this, Kaz, you'll have to be my guide, and you'll have to be my co-pilot here. So what do you want to start with first?
If you want to review what we thought of Takeover.
Yeah, NXT TakeOver Toronto, the second iteration of NXT TakeOver Toronto. I have to be honest with you. I wasn't a big fan of this show.
Yeah, I'm going to have to, agree with you. With the NXT takeovers now, they have to exceed expectations every show. And then that's just not possible, I don't think. Like this one, it was good, but it wasn't like, holy shit, NXT takeover type show, to me at least.
Yeah, it was one of those things where going into it, and we've discussed this before, and I've talked about it with you on social media. How can they continue to top these takeovers? How can they continue to get better? And I had this weird feeling going into this that it might let some people down.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it's just because the law of averages, so many takeovers have been awesome that I was like, there's going to be one that's probably not that great.
Do you think it has anything to do with the talent exchange recently? Like the guys who have gone up and aren't there anymore? And I'm not trying to knock anybody that was on this takeover, like Street Profits and stuff like that, but Ricochet's not there, Alistair's not there, Ciampa's hurt.
I think it's a combination of, I think maybe people like the Street Profits in Undisputed Era, I don't know if they've wrestled each other a lot. I'm sure they have, like on the Florida Loop shows that they do for NXT.
Yeah.
That match was solid, but it wasn't the best opener. And you know how we feel about the Undisputed Era and TakeOver openers. That there's, for lack of a better pun, they're undisputed best wrestlers for opening matches.
The ending of that match was stale to me.
Yeah, the Profits just kind of won.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
Yeah,
but then they played up the false tag thing. Who got pinned? Bobby? Or whoever got pinned wasn't the legal man, is what they're playing up.
Yeah, it was Kyle, I think.
Yeah. So
yeah. It's weird too that the Undisputed Era's tag team run, or big tag team matches, the actual old school tag team rules magically come into effect. Remember when they won the belts back from Mustache Mountain?
Yeah.
And then they had the one tag rule suddenly enforced.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Huh? When did that happen? Yeah. But what was the next match after that? Triple threat?
I want to say EO.
Oh, EO. That's the best match.
That was the best match of the
night. I think that's
the
best match all weekend of the two shows.
Yeah?
Yeah. You think Brock Seth was good, or?
Man, it was all right. Yeah, I was. I don't want to say shocked. I guess I was iffy on Candice LeRae. I've never really seen too much of her work in the ring. I know, EO's really good. By the way, she has tremendous theme music and graphics, and it's tremendous.
Yeah.
Her whole gimmick right now is great.
She is the total package.
She's got to be the one to take down Shayna.
She has to be, because one of the things that, and this will tie into the Mia Shayna Baszler match when we get there, but one of the things that I've noticed is the women are starting to be more aggressive with Shayna and starting to play dirty with her.
Yeah.
And I think that is kind of taking Shayna back, so she's having to fight underneath because she's used to being the one that fights dirty or kind of bends the rules to be aggressive with these women, and now they're starting to fire back, and now she's really starting to win by the skin of her teeth.
Yeah, for sure.
Then I think you're starting to see that with Io kind of turning to the dark side and, utilizing a new submission finisher. She used like a modified triangle choke where she trapped the arms. It's a really cool finisher.
Yeah, it was.
Because I was shocked that Candice kicked out of the moonsault. But I'm a big fan of when someone kicks out of a big move that someone just either hits them with another move right away. They don't do the whole like, oh my God, I can't believe that you kicked out of my move. Like you saw at the
Tessa
Blanchard, Gail Kim.
Yeah.
Kota Ibushi did that against Okada, I believe, in the G1.
He kind of did it against Jay White too.
Yeah, like as soon as they kick out, just hit them with another big move.
New Japan does that a lot.
I'm a big fan of that,
Yeah, I like
and I think it makes sense if you're looking at this.
More realism.
Yeah, because you see all the time in fighting, even stick and ball sports, where you make a big play, so you throw like a 70-yard bomb or something and end up in the red zone, and instead of being like, oh man, they stopped us, before we could get to the end zone, you just run down the field and run another quick play and just finish it off and score. I like that concept, and I wish that it happened more often. The whole, oh my God, I can't believe you kicked out thing should have probably only work if you kick out of like a burning hammer, the top rope attitude adjustment, like a tombstone from the Undertaker, even though everybody kicks out of the tombstone now, you need at least 3. But
yeah, it seems like that with any move.
Oh, I mean, anytime you watch a big WWE match, it's always like, okay, well, they kicked out of 1, so they're at least going to take 1 to 2 more finishers before they get put down.
Another reason that I didn't think this takeover so good, because they try to make every match a 5-star match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the main event, for instance, like Jesus Christ, it went on for like way too long. Way too long.
I did not like the main event that much.
No, me either.
I think they tried too hard to make it epic.
And you could tell. At least I could.
Yeah.
Like that cage at the end, like that cage match went on way too long.
I think it would have been better. I guess we'll kind of skip to the main event.
Match cage.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
Johnny Gargano did the Canadian Destroyer off the top rope.
I know.
And Adam Cole kicked out. And then Johnny tried to kill him with barbed wire and then just fell. And then even though they both fell from the same distance and both threw tables, Adam somehow was hurt the least.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the kicking out of just move after move after move. It gets to the point where like, well, what the fuck is it going to take? Yeah. And then the finish is like, oh, really?
So and then
I hit him with like 2 Panama fucking
sunrises.
Yeah, like
I don't like that because I feel like I actually should like move the mic down a little bit so people can see my face. I just realized, but I don't like
I'm
that.
I'm glad people can't see mine, so I'm going to keep mine right where it is.
I didn't like that. There were so many kickouts, and this is supposed to be the big blow off. Like Regal said, if it gets to the 3rd fall, I'm gonna unleash a stipulation that is gonna make things way more dangerous, way more, just it's gonna be the ending of this. And it just ended with them kind of falling down.
That should have just been the match, is that cage.
Yeah.
That should have been the match.
Exactly.
There was no need for those first 2 falls at all.
Yeah.
At all.
My biggest pet peeve in the match, even though, Gargano did a pile driver off the top rope, my biggest pet peeve, the first fall, when Gargano got disqualified and was like, oh, and then by the way, the second fall is a street fight. And he was like, oh, haha, like, this is my plan all along. He should have immediately put him in the Gargano escape and made him tap out, like right away, just to make sure that he got him in the cage so Cole couldn't cheat or try to run away.
Yeah.
The second fall should have been 4 seconds long after Johnny beat him with the chair.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then they ran around and brawled on the outside, and
it's just like they're just trying to get, the cheap pops anymore.
Yeah.
Like, like every move has to be, I don't know, it was just way too much. Way too much.
it's, you know, those highlight videos that they do to hype up like a takeover. So for Takeover Toronto next year, they'll show clips of the pile driver, them falling off the cage to hype it up. And you know that a lot of times when WWE does this stuff, they're always just trying to do like these moments instead of trying to tell like a cohesive story. Not to knock, you know, NXT and Triple H and all that, because they've done a great job of telling cohesive stories at most takeovers. It's just this main event, for whatever reason, felt very disjointed because they were trying so hard to top those first two matches, which were, I mean, the first match was the best match to me.
For sure.
The second match was good, but also kind of went on too long because they tried too hard to make it epic. I literally fell asleep. Like, my girlfriend watched me, like, had her head in my lap. She looked upset. I was out cold for the entire second fall.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just too long. But that's just me being an old man.
Yeah, is that what it is? Are we getting old?
I think it's a combination of...
I used to get up, you know, a couple of years ago, I'd probably be super hype about that match. But now I'm just like...
Oh, and of course, a couple of years ago, me and you would be absolutely annihilated.
I'd probably be passed out.
Yeah.
But it's just too long. I think it was over 40 minutes.
I took a look at the clock, and I was thinking this thing's probably going to go over an hour just based on how the other matches have gone. But I think it clocked in probably about 45, 50 minutes. I don't have the exact time.
Yeah.
What else happened?
The
Triple threat in the
match.
women's match. You want to talk about the triple threat?
Yeah, I don't really remember much from it. I think it was another match that was just...
Yeah,
kind of blew past me, and I wasn't too into it for some reason.
You know, if you would have asked me what match is going to be the best match of the weekend, I would triple threat for sure.
Yeah,
it seemed like it'd be awesome, but I don't know what it was. Those guys, maybe they, maybe they didn't have a chance to have that match on a house show or something.
I also felt going into this that the Toronto crowd would be way more hype, and they were kind of not too hype.
They made no noise for the Mia Yim Shayna match.
Dead, and Toronto's usually that crowd that gets crazy.
Yeah, you know, they cheer for bad guys. You know, boo
Smart
the baby
crowd,
faces. Yeah, and it's going back 15 years to SummerSlam 04. When people in Toronto were booing Edge, who was from the Toronto area, which is insane. Looking back on it now, because he got that mega pop the next night, 15 years later. But WWE even called him Bizarro World or Bizarro Land because of how crazy they would get with booing the bad guy or booing the faces and cheering the heels.
Wasn't 18 in WrestleMania 18 Hogan Rock on St. Patrick's Day, mind you. So I don't know if they That's the Toronto crowd I picture. Like, that crowd is hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that was a different time, of course, but I always felt with NXT crowds, they're usually pretty crazy compared to the main roster the next night.
Yeah.
When they do those, the dual shows.
Yeah, I was really disappointed. The Baszler Mia Yim match.
Well, Velveteen won, right? Yeah.
Velveteen won. Yeah, it just...
See, there's nothing from that. I don't take anything from it, really.
That match felt, like I said, really kind of disjointed. The guys kind of seemed off a little bit.
The whole card seemed off.
Yeah. And, talking earlier, when we move into this women's title match, Mia Yim, they gave her like this big entrance with all the people in the hats and bandanas.
Yeah.
To make you kind of think like, yeah, we're really all in on Mia Yim. The crowd didn't care. They didn't react.
They didn't react to that match at all.
Yeah, and then Mia started kind of cheating and playing dirty throughout the match, and I think people were baffled because Shayna was kind of playing the face and had to come from behind and use that triangle choke to win. And then people didn't understand why Mia tapped out to what they, thought was just a regular neck scissors. And I don't know, it wasn't that great. It wasn't that bad.
No.
Although there was one part of the match where I don't know what happened. I think it was supposed to be like a belly to belly or something, and they kind of just ran into each other.
Yeah, and then another thing, it's like, okay, you, I guess, hyped up Mia to be this, badass head, whatever she calls herself.
She calls herself the HBIC, but they changed it to Baddie in Charge.
But you just, hyped her up and then threw her out there just to lose. Now what do you do with her?
Yeah, like if you
Where does she go from here?
if you really wanted a face to beat Shayna, who would it be? Because Shayna has beat literally everybody. Beat Nikki Cross, beat Kyrie, beat Io, beat Candice, beat Mia. She's beat fucking Casey Canizaro, Dakota Kai.
Yeah. Because you're definitely going with Io Shirai.
Right, and then it should be Bianca Belair too. But, you got to do Io and Shayna, heel versus heel. Even though that felt like they already did the blow off for that in the cage match.
Yeah, I don't know.
And when we did the polls on the Facebook page, quite a few people voted for Mia Yim. There's no way they're going to put the belt on Mia Yim because I feel like they haven't really given the crowd a reason to be invested in her yet.
No, she has no momentum behind her whatsoever.
Because they did the thing where I think Shayna hurt her, then Mia came back and attacked Jessamine and Marina.
Yeah.
And then got a title match. I don't know. It was just weird. I think Dakota Kai was probably supposed to beat her before she got hurt because they seemed like they were setting that up. But then with people getting called up and things changing, I think they had to kind of rewrite that. So.
Yeah.
Is she healthy yet? Do you know?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I'm not 100% sure on that.
Did you watch the breakout finals in Breezango versus Forgotten Sons?
No.
I watched the breakout finals, and that match was also okay.
Who won?
Jordan Miles, ACH.
Really?
Yeah. I hate that they went through this period where all the indie guys that came in got to keep their names. And then all of a sudden, they just went back to calling them goofy-ass names.
Who was it? ACH versus...
Cameron Grimes, Trevor Lee.
Grimes, yeah, okay.
And, ACH won, even though a lot of people would have preferred either Cameron or Swerve.
Yeah.
Swerve should have won, but maybe they have plans for him and don't want him tied up maybe in NXT. Because I know he ended up having a way better match with Drew Gulak on 205 Live. That's outstanding. One of the better TV matches this year. And he looked like $1 million.
Yeah, I like him. He's a star.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. There was also on the Takeover the Matt Riddle, Killian Dane thing. Did you see that?
Yeah. I know they were supposed to wrestle soon. I don't know if they've had a one-on-one match on TV yet.
I thought they were supposed to have one like last week, but I don't think they did. I got to think it's coming up, maybe next week.
It's kind of like
I kind of thought they were going to put that to on the show.
The way Riddle came out, yeah. I thought they were going to go in a different direction. I thought Riddle was kind of like complain about being left out of the North American title match. I forgot that he and Dane were feuding.
How do you feel about NXT bringing back Killian Dane like he was never there before?
Wait, they're presenting him like he's never been a tag team champion?
That's kind of how it seemed to me, like with the video packages and stuff. Like he's just some new big guy.
I don't like that at all.
That's how I take it, at least.
I like that, like with Breezango and Apollo and some people coming back to NXT, maybe they should present it like Tyson Kidd and Jack Swagger, Cesaro. Like they're just trying to get a new start and kind of reboot themselves.
I don't think they've mentioned like Sanity at all. Is Sanity just a forgotten thing now? Like, let's just forget about that.
That's weird though, because like all of the people in Sanity are still in WWE.
Is Eric Young?
He's on Raw. He's there.
Is he there?
Yeah,
is he running around the 24/7 thing? I just don't notice.
The last time I saw him was when Seth Rollins was paranoid about Baron Corbin's special referee. So he's just going around beating everybody up with a chair.
Yeah.
That's the last time I saw him.
Isn't what's his name in the stable in NXT UK?
Imperium, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Which is basically the ring comp stable from the Indies. Yeah. They just replaced Tim Thatcher with jacked Italian dude.
Fabian
Eichner. What else did we got? We said
overall it was a dud for the NXT Takeover. Just a dud, it happens.
Out of 5, I'd give it like a 3.
Yeah, I'm there. That sounds about right.
Wasn't terrible, wasn't the best. We want to move on to SummerSlam?
Sure.
All right, biggest takeaway from all 78 matches from SummerSlam.
There was 12 matches in all.
Jesus. It's too short of WrestleMania, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
think so.
My God. Let's see, we had the cruiserweight title match. I was looking very much forward to that, and then it was shorter than expected. But of course, the cruiserweight title matches never really get a chance to go all out on pay-per-views, even kickoff shows, and you could tell that they were trying to set up something a little bigger for Gulak and Oni. Did you see what they set up on 205 Live?
Yeah, he had the rematch on 205 Live, and now they're setting up like a Survivor Series type thing.
Yeah, it's a Captain's Challenge match, which if it's like, I think it's a Lucha Libre match, but if you're
really?
old like me, you'll know it's from like SmackDown 4, the Captain's match,
Yeah.
where if you had like a multi-man tag team match, if you assigned a captain, you could eliminate everybody and be down to one guy, but if you're the last guy on your team and you're the captain, you could eliminate the captain from the other team, you just win.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that concept.
Yeah, it's different.
But it seems like they're doing that. Oni picked Jack Gallagher to be his first partner because, and this is not quite verbatim, but kind of paraphrased, he knows karate and has a mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are starting to take notice of Oni because of his insane tweets.
Yeah, he's been going hard on Twitter.
Yeah.
I get a big-time Ultimate Warrior vibe from him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his, and I hope
he does like the to like get hyped up when he's like on the comeback in the ring.
Yeah, he does. And he screamed at that promo in the park, "Oh, he lost!"
Yeah.
What's his other catchphrase? I'm gonna beat that ass. I'm a big fan of that.
What's his name on the Indies? Biff
Busick. The Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
Some of the most soulless eyes I've ever seen in a pro wrestler. Probably more soulless than Sasha Gray's eyes.
The next match on SummerSlam was Buddy Murphy versus Apollo Crews, which was kind of just probably thrown together so Rowan could attack Buddy.
Yeah.
That's all it was, really.
Yeah.
It was 4 minutes and 20 seconds long.
Huh. Yeah, that was why couldn't they just give us that fucking banger Roman Buddy match that they did on SmackDown? Unbelievable match.
That might have been the best match of that 4-day in Toronto.
Dude, that match was off the hook.
Yeah, it was good.
That was really good. I think Meltzer gave that match like 4 stars, 4 and some change.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really good. I think he had it slightly below Lesnar and Io and Candice, which he had like 4 1/4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he really liked the Lesnar match.
Did he?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
It was all right.
I didn't like Seth, who had been getting his shit pushed in for the better part of a month, just magically being okay. Brock Lesnar picked him up by his rib tape and swung him around like I swing my puppy around, or you'd swing a child around.
He wasn't okay on that Monday. Got his ass beat really bad on that Monday leading into SummerSlam, and then at SummerSlam he's just okay. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that he won.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. They hyped up Lesnar as like, what do you do with Brock now? I guess because SmackDown's going to Fox in about 8 weeks, Brock's probably going to beat Kofi for the title, or maybe beat Orton. It seems like Orton might beat Kofi at Clash of the Champions.
I could see Brock moving to SmackDown.
Yeah.
That would be, putting the belt on him. I could see that for sure.
Especially when they're looking for more of a sports kind of vibe presentation. Yeah. So Brock is definitely a guy you'd want to have on Fox Sports and, Big Fox. So.
Oh, for sure. Was another match. I think it was also on the pre-show. Was the women's tag team match? Oh
yeah, the Iconics versus Bliss and Cross.
Yeah.
Where Alexa Bliss turned face seemingly out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then Corey Graves shit on her for doing the Buzz Lightyear laser thing. And then the next night, because she was, I guess, back to somehow being a heel, he was like, "Oh, she's so great." And people have kind of been giving Corey Graves shit on Twitter, Reddit, all that stuff because of just how overpowering he's been on commentary recently. Just kind of just yelling at people and screaming the old adage of people who think talking louder wins the argument.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm a fan of his on commentary, to be honest.
Have you ever been a fan of his on commentary, or
No.
never?
I mean, I guess kind of. He's not horrible, but I don't think he's the best.
My friend Dawson calls him Corey Burning Angel Graves. If you're 18 years or older, you'll get that reference.
Yeah. A match that I really enjoyed on SummerSlam was the women's title submission match. I thought that was good.
That was really good. That I like.
The women just won the weekend.
Yeah, they had some banger matches. Yeah, the concept of no DQ, no rope break. You just
you like
fight
that.
until you submit. That way you can utilize the ropes.
Isn't
the
that
ropes in
what
play.
Bret Austin was?
I think they had rope breaks, but
did they?
there's no DQ though. I
Okay.
think you could use weapons. I haven't watched that match in a long time though. So
Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, I really liked that match a lot.
what else did we have after that?
That Goldberg thing.
The Goldberg, if you want to call it the match, is probably more of a segment, a skit.
Yeah.
It's like
When I heard
track
it was
5.
coming on next after that match, after the submission match, I was like, oh, this is going to be just a mega squash.
Oh yeah, it's if you're listening to like a hip hop album in the '90s, it's like the 5th track,
Yeah.
first skit 1, the Goldberg skit.
For what it was, I guess, okay, it was a Goldberg thing. I don't
Yeah.
take anything from it other than, I guess you're just burying Dolph.
Dude, those spears that
He took some, yeah, then when he really
oh
sold
my
those
god,
spears.
what did Dolph call him? A dipshit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard a rumor that there was a rumor going around that like Vince took back the handshake deal he made with Dolph or something about getting out of his contract or something like that. Did you hear that?
I heard that rumor. I don't know how much.
It Meltzer like killed it immediately. It's not true. I guess Dolph signed for a couple years or something.
Yeah, I figured it wasn't. And also, if my understanding of the law is correct, a handshake agreement is legally binding, so he couldn't just be like, I'm just going to break this agreement I have with you. You know, he could get his, if someone witnessed that handshake or,
I think it just comes from people thinking they're burying Dolph. You know what I mean?
I mean, I like Dolph.
Because he lost the next night to The Miz, kind of in the same fashion.
It seems like what they're going to be doing with him. I mean, Dolph, I like him. Big fan of his. Can work like no other, even at 40 years of age. But
maybe Dolph's just cool with it. Like, I'm at the point where it's like, whatever. It's
yeah,
a paycheck. I'm into comedy now a lot.
Yeah, he's getting older. He's I think about 40. He's been the heavyweight champion twice. U.S. champ, tag team champ.
Yeah, he's not like he hasn't done it. Even though they play that up, like he hasn't done it.
Which I don't understand because, like, they keep talking about how he's never won the big one, but he's literally won the heavyweight title twice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that.
But my taking is Dolph's just cool with whatever they're throwing at him. That's what it seems like.
It definitely seems like that.
Also, Styles versus Ricochet.
I was kind of disappointed by this match.
Were you?
Yeah. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong, but,
what the hell was Ricochet wearing?
I don't understand why he had Tommy. Shout out to Tommy Alexander. He's been on the podcast a bunch of times. He recorded Paint the Canvas for us. Tommy said it was a Nightwing outfit. I thought it was a Black Panther outfit.
Right.
I don't get why he wore a Nightwing outfit. Is that like a thing between him and Johnny Gargano to wear fucking comic book gear every weekend or takeover shit? I don't get it.
Yeah, what did Johnny wear? Like Wolverine
bullshit?
Bullshit?
Yeah, because it's Toronto, it's in Canada. Wolverine's Canadian.
He's super into toys, huh?
Yeah, he's into
fine,
toys.
Whatever.
No kink shaming here.
No.
But Ricochet is like super cut up and jacked. Why did he wear a full body costume?
And then the next night he wasn't wearing that.
Was that like a tribute to Rey Mysterio wearing the Phantom outfit from Halloween Havoc?
Maybe. Could been.
Huh. I just don't understand that. I mean, like, it's not like Ricochet's fat or anything. Like, he's got a great physique. I don't get
He
it.
does have a great physique.
Yeah, the dude is cut up like new money. It just doesn't make any sense.
He's got a hog, right?
He's got a pretty decent hog.
Did he show us hog in them pictures?
Yeah, hog and butthole.
That's right.
He did that. But no, hey, no king shaming here again.
I don't know, whatever he's into.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was just a match to me. It wasn't crazy. It seemed the crowd was kind of dead for it, if I remember right. Whatever.
And the OC being there straight up was just so he could hit that Rana.
Oh, for sure.
Where he walked across him, hit AJ with the Rana. And then they hit him with the Magic Killer at the end. I'm like, okay, this feud is clearly not over.
No.
How are they going to advance that? How are they going to help Ricochet get his momentum back? I also feel like Ricochet should have won because Ricochet's never beat AJ, right?
Did he not beat him that first time?
I thought AJ beat him.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
And then
beat him on
AJ
Raw.
got the U.S. title shot and beat him for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Ricochet should have beat him in the first match, and then AJ should have beat him here on SummerSlam. AJ should have got frustrated that he couldn't beat Ricochet, and then turned on him.
Yeah, I don't know what they're really doing with AJ as far as the U.S. title goes. I guess the Ricochet thing's going to go on.
But why? Like, AJ's beat Ricochet like 4 times now.
But then on Raw, he came up to Seth, and they had their little match, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to... Maybe they're going to do champ versus champ.
At Night of Champions.
Clash of Champions,
Oh,
whatever you
Clash
call
of
it.
Yeah, I can see that.
But Braun coming out,
Yeah, that was odd.
are they going to do like a Ricochet Braun tag team? I thought they were going to set up the Ricochet and Braun both wanted the belt.
Yeah, like Braun came out and just saved Seth and like handed him the belt. Like good guy Braun.
Yeah, there was like no tension. There's no tension when Ricochet and Braun both kind of came up to Seth.
I think they're lost at what to do with Braun, really.
Yeah, where has he been?
He wasn't on SummerSlam, was he?
No.
I don't know what they're
I haven't
doing
seen
with
him on TV in a while.
Yeah.
Well, I also don't watch Raw or SmackDown as much as I used to, so that's on me. What else we got, Kaz?
The Bayley Ember Moon match.
Meltzer gave that like 1.75 stars.
Oof. Was it good?
I didn't think it was that bad. It was kind of short.
Yeah, how long was it? Let's see. 10 minutes on the dot.
Yeah, I don't think it was that bad.
10 minutes is not bad.
Yeah, I didn't think it was terrible. It wasn't offensive.
No, not at all. Not a 1.75. That's like dog shit numbers.
Yeah, sometimes, and we've talked about this on the show too, and I don't know why I even bring up his ratings sometimes because they just don't make any sense sometimes. You see some matches where you're like, that's got to be a 5-star match. Or some matches are, what was it, like, he gave something 5 point, like the Kenny Omega Okada matches, getting over 5 stars.
Yeah.
Are they really an entire 1.5 better than all the other 5-star matches?
No. I don't know, no.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's got his explanations. It depends on his mood.
Yeah.
It really just depends on his mood.
Like you said, we've said it before, it's just his opinion.
Yeah.
Really.
But I know a lot of people kind of use that as a baseline because...
Well, they do.
Well, because he's really the only like actual wrestling critic there is.
Yeah.
So I guess that's all we kind of have to go on as a baseline for...
Well, what about that other old guy, Bill Apter?
Oh, the Aftermags guy? I thought he was more of a kayfabe dude.
Is he dead?
I think Bill Apter's still with us.
Is he still with us?
Yeah.
I wonder how big his hog is. How big is Bill Apter's dick?
You could probably wrap one of his Aftermags around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon. What was the?
I didn't watch
what was
that.
the term of the match? If Kevin loses, he quits.
Yeah. Why not just say if he loses, he has to leave WWE?
Yeah. Kevin loses, he quits. Well, duh.
Yeah, dude, that doesn't make any sense. That wording is so stupid. If he loses, he
if Kevin Owens, if he loses, comma, he quits. What whatever. He won.
He won. Didn't he smoke Shane?
From what I remember, was Elias out there? He was like a special enforcer.
Oh yeah, and the follow up was Kevin Owens getting fined $100,000.
Yeah, they're like playing up. They're playing up that with a couple guys. It seems like with the money thing. Like when Ray lost to Andrade in that 2 out of 3 falls match Monday, like back to back falls. Ray just lost. Did you watch that?
I didn't see that.
And then like they did a backstage segment where Ray looked like super sad, and one of the girl backstage interviewers goes up to Ray. So
is it the super tan robot one? Charlie?
One of them. But they go up to him and they're like, Ray, you lost back-to-back falls here, blah, blah, blah. What's going on? Is this the end of the road or something like that? And Ray just looks all disheveled. He's like, well, I guess I got to do this for my family. I got to keep doing this for my family. It seemed like they were playing up like Ray's broke or something. And he's just going out there because he's got to make money.
But everybody knows Rey Mysterio is nowhere near broke.
No, but
he's the complete antithesis of broke. It's like Shawn Michaels. Remember that storyline when he was JBL's slave?
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, oh, Shawn's broke. No, he's not. He's absolutely not broke.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Storyline.
Why did they do this storyline?
It's kind of a good storyline.
Yeah, I mean,
Shawn and JB.
It was a good storyline, but it was just weird to like Shawn Michaels is broke. He doesn't have any money. You're like, no, he's got money.
No.
Like Rey Mysterio is rich as fuck.
And then like the Kevin Owens thing, like Shane fined him and Kevin flipped out like, how am I going to feed my family? Well, if he's fining you $100,000, that means you must have, a good substantial amount of money.
He was the world heavyweight champion. Yeah. I think he's got $100,000.
It's kind of comical when they do this money thing with these wrestlers. Like,
I mean,
I get it.
Don't get it twisted. Like, even if I was a millionaire and someone was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna take $100,000 from you arbitrarily," you'd be pretty pissed off.
For sure.
It'd be like the equivalent for us. Like, someone's like, "Hey, at work, our jobs. Hey, we're gonna fine you. You were late." And you mouthed off the management, we're going to find you $150. You're like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, that would blow. That would suck.
Yeah, that would suck hard. So I get it. I guess that's like the equivalent.
I'm interested to see where they take the Ray thing. Because I also read a report that they want Dominic to start wrestling.
Oh, within the next year, right?
Yeah, they don't feel he's ready right now. But in 2020, they'd like to get him in the ring.
So, Prince Mysterio, is he going to avenge his papa? They're gonna have Dominic wearing Ray's mask, even though Dominic's like 6'3".
I was always very sad that they didn't have Samoa Joe choke him out.
I thought that's where they were going.
Yeah,
when Samoa Joe was following him backstage.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe, is he a face? A heel?
I think he turned heel again because he like aligned with Shane on Tuesday to take Kevin Owens out in the match. He's the one that went to Shane and said, "Oh, I hear Kevin Owens thinks he's a bully or whatever. I'll show him what a badass bully is or whatever." And Shane was like, "Yeah, you go do that."
But then on Monday, Joe like beat the shit out of Sami Zayn.
Yeah, and then when Roman got hit by that car, he was super like worried, like, "Get a medic out here."
I don't understand it.
I don't know what the hell they're doing with Joe. It's very confusing and depressing, to be honest. But yeah. Kevin Owens won, and whatever. Yeah. Charlotte Flair, Trish.
I thought that was a solid match from what I saw.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Trish looked good.
Yeah, she's been out of the game for a minute. She had some Rumble appearances and some tag team matches here and there. She had the Evolution match. So obviously, no means is she constantly wrestling. I know she was supposed to wrestle Asuka a couple years ago at NXT Toronto, but she was pregnant, and they replaced her with Mickie James. That's how Mickie James got re-signed. Didn't think it was a bad match at all.
No, it was good. I didn't think Trish was gonna win.
No, of course not. But Charlotte did her thing. Charlotte's a very good wrestler. If any criticism that I saw, I didn't really get it because that match was exactly what it was supposed to be. The old wrestler putting over the young wrestler. That's how it's supposed to go. Like, I don't know if people were expecting like a 5-star classic.
I think some people probably were.
Trish has never been like a 5-star classic wrestler.
No.
And I love Trish Stratus. I thought Trish was the shit back in the day. Even
I never thought Trish was even a great wrestler.
Even the heralded Lita Trish match from Raw, where Lita almost kills herself in the suicide dive. It's like a 9-minute match. It's not like awesome. The crowd was hot. The crowd was really excited. But when
Trish's best match, do you think that's her best match?
Her best match is the Mickey James match at WrestleMania. For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
That might be the best match on that card. No, that WrestleMania is a banger. The Chicago one.
Oh, WrestleMania 22.
Great.
We need to like sit down and do like a commentary track over WrestleMania 22.
Love to. But yeah, again, it's just like you said, old wrestler putting over the younger wrestler. That's what that match was made for, really. Exactly. And it was in Trish's home country.
Town. She's from Toronto.
She's from Toronto. All right. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton.
Do we really need to extend this?
Nah. Yeah, I didn't get that ending.
Orton looked at Kofi's family, and Kofi flipped out.
Yeah.
And then they got counted out, but I don't remember the referee counting to 10.
No, me either. I just heard the bell and was like, what?
And that match, I felt like, was kind of getting good.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of want him to give the belt to Randy.
I think they did that ending so that way they could push Randy getting the belt back because it felt too much like Randy was going to win the belt. I feel like Kofi needs to defend the title against Randy and beat him, though. I feel like he has to do that. Because if Randy just beats Kofi, I feel like you completely undo everything that you've built up with the storyline and with Kofi.
Do you think they're trying to push back Kofi losing the belt, until that Fox first show?
I wouldn't be shocked if he maybe lost it before then.
Okay.
I wouldn't be shocked. And now I'm starting to get to the point where I feel like the clock is ticking down on his title reign.
Yeah, for sure. I thought Randy might possibly win at SummerSlam, to be honest.
I feel like Kofi has to beat Randy to kind of solidify what they've been building up. And then, hell, you could have Kofi lose the belt on a random SmackDown or whatever the Clash of the Champions in early September.
Yeah, I believe so. September 15th, to be exact.
Yeah. So that's about a month away. I really don't want him to lose to Randy. Not that I hate Randy. I think that you really kind of get yourself into like a Booker T Triple H situation where the bad guy is just like, you ain't good enough. And they do like this weird, like pseudo, like serious, maybe sometimes racial thing.
Yeah.
And it's just a bad look. I feel like Kofi should just win to really exercise that Randy Orton demon. Randy doesn't need the belt.
No, he doesn't at this point.
No.
But I wouldn't mind it, I guess.
I wouldn't mind it. But also, like, they put the belt on Randy. I know Randy's Randy, but also it's like, what has he been doing like the last 6 months, 7 months?
Nothing, really.
The last thing that I remember Randy Orton doing, like genuinely remember him doing, is stabbing Jeff Hardy in the head with a screwdriver or whatever it is he did.
No, he like put the screwdriver in his earlobe.
Oh, and twisted it. Yeah, that's all I remember. That's it.
Get well, Jeff.
Get well, Jeff, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where it's going, but again, it was just another match.
Yeah.
We finally got to see the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and the spectacular entrance.
Unbelievable.
I popped hard, man. Like, I had a bunch of natter days in me, and I heard, like, the new music, and was like, whoa, man, this is fucking heavy as fuck. The lantern, everything about it was sweet, man.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect.
No, me either.
Because, it was kind of getting at the point where it's like at the end of the night where, girls winding it down. So, I was kind of like winding down my night too.
Yeah.
And, I wasn't really paying attention. And then I heard the Funhouse music after Finn made his entrance. And I realized like, oh shit, like he's going to be the Fiend. So I want to know what kind of things they change about his entrance. and it blew me away.
It really did. It blew me away.
There's a lot of people who said when they first saw the video or the entrance with the lantern head, a lot of people thought that was just his head.
Oh yeah.
And then when they realized it was like him holding his basically the old version of himself as a lantern.
It took me a minute to realize what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's money.
Oh, that's totally money.
That is money. That is
Code Orange redid the theme.
Yeah.
Very heavy. The whole thing, the lighting, the lantern. How do you feel about him wrestling in the mask? I didn't know if they were going to do that or not.
I like it because they have to show a difference between his different versions of himself.
Okay.
And I think, if you kind of hype up the Fiend mask, it kind of is maybe controlling him or possessing him in some way.
Do you think they'll ever do like segments on Raw or SmackDown where he's just the Firefly Funhouse Bray?
I think he should never be the Firefly Funhouse Bray in the live audience.
Me either.
I feel like if he shows up live, he should always be the Fiend.
For sure.
But it's only to attack people. But everything else should be kind of like in its own world.
Yeah.
Like when they do the backstage segments. And I feel like there's a lot that you can do with people that he feuds with, like bringing them into the Funhouse.
For sure.
I feel like there's so many different ways that you can go. Like a lot of people suggested maybe the people that he beats, he uses their head as a lantern.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Or
steals their move. Did you mention that?
Yeah, stealing their move.
How do you feel about him doing the mandible claw?
I like it.
Yeah, I feel like that's a perfect finisher for him.
Because he got that weird kind of demon serial killer type vibe.
Yeah.
And his finishing move, like his setup for his finishing move is just smothering you.
He did do that like neck break move, like snap your neck. And
Dude.
Jeff with a PH had mentioned like I doubt they're gonna let him do that anymore.
I think maybe they might not let him do it because of the visual, because when you look in movies, that's how you always snap someone's neck.
Yeah.
But like Colt Cabana, Mr. Perfect, Eddie Guerrero, they've all done like different variations of like a neck snap where they put their legs around the guy's neck and like snap. You'd spin and slap your legs to sound like you snap their neck. I feel like it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, me either.
I mean, people get their fucking neck twisted like that at the chiropractor all the time. You're going to ban chiropractors from YouTube?
No.
Yeah, so I don't think it's that big of a deal.
No, not at all.
I know a lot of people thought that the lantern head might not show up all the time. A lot of people think that's why SummerSlam was rated TV-14, because of that, the basically disembodied head.
You think so?
No. Like Dolph Ziggler calling people dipshit. And
they blocked it out, though.
Oh,
you didn't hear Dolph say it.
Yeah, I know, but still, I feel like there's more factors as to why it's rated TV-14.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, all around that character's money, I think, and I'm glad he didn't reappear on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah,
it's got to be like special occasion shit with him.
Yeah, he should only show up to attack people.
Yeah, exactly.
Quick aside. He is going to be in the new video game coming out in October.
Yeah, like a DLC thing.
Yeah, they have a bunch of other like special characters like Frankenbrawn.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They have Sheamus, like Shaun of the Dead Sheamus. I guess they're going to have a Survivor Mandy Rose, like a final girl from a slasher movie. So I think they're going to have themed DLC. Some people thought it was cool because a lot of people like when we were kids, the old SmackDown games, we had a lot of wacky, over-the-top shit in the game. And there's a lot of people that are pissed off. Like, you see a lot of people on Twitter saying, like, we want Kelly and Candice Michelle as DLC. Like, what? Who the fuck wants that? Not that I hate Kelly or Candice Michelle. I think Kelly is one of the greatest utilizers of the small package of all time.
Oh, for sure.
But it's just, I just want more, like, NXT people or people who might not get a chance to be in the game normally.
Yeah,
I also want the rosters to be live updated like all the other sports games.
Why can't they do that? Why don't they do that?
I don't know. I think for them, they feel like they wouldn't be able to.
They could just have one universal game, right? Doesn't Grand Theft Auto do that?
like update the game.
Yeah.
They
And you
do
can do
like,
new shit in it all the time.
yeah, for Grand Theft Auto Online, you can do that, and like the UFC game just does roster updates for free all the time. I know that
Where they add fighters to the game.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
they added they did a big update where they added like characters from Fight Night Champion. They added legends. You know, they added like the 2012 version of Ronda Rousey, stuff like that. But I feel like you can do that with these wrestling games. Just, you know what? You have the person's head scan. They already do the thing where it's like, oh, it's young Big Show, but really it's just current Big Show with young Big Show's hair. Might as well just do that for a bunch of other people.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
have different attires for people. Have like NXT Roman Reigns, NXT Seth Rollins as an attire. Just do stuff like that. It adds a lot of replay factor to the games. And I know they're capable of doing it. They just maybe don't want to devote the resources or time to it.
Sons of bitches.
Sons of fucking bitches.
This leads us to the main event, Brock and Seth, which we already kind of talked about. That just
happened.
whatever that
It was a
happened.
thing.
I didn't like that Seth won, to be honest. And
Yeah, if Seth was just going to win the belt right back, why not just put Money in the Bank on someone else?
yeah, for sure.
I don't get that.
No.
You want to talk about G1?
Yeah, sure. Did
Yeah.
you watch any of it? Did you watch the finals?
I haven't watched the finals yet, but I do know who won.
No. Well, yeah.
So I
You
mean,
did change your Twitter handle.
because I love me some Go Bushi.
Yeah.
I just didn't have a chance to keep up like I wanted to. I was doing a good job of keeping up probably like the first 4 days,
Yeah.
but then I just fell off a cliff keeping up with it. I saw Ishii
was
Shingo,
hard.
which was unbelievable. Ishii Shingo was ridiculous.
Did you see Shingo Naito?
No,
Oh my god, that was to me the match of the tournament.
wow, that's high praise.
That blew Ishii Shingo out of the water.
What?
Yeah.
Wow,
It was one of the best matches I've ever seen.
wow,
You have to watch it.
man. Ishii, I feel like
Not taking anything away from Ishii because he had yet again tremendous G1 like he always does. The match he had with Cobb was great. Moxley was great. Who else?
pretty much
Yeah,
everybody.
pretty much. He just
Man.
always does it.
Shingo's a heavyweight now, baby. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He graduated to heavyweight, or he declared himself a heavyweight, rather. I think also part of the reason why he's not one of LIJ's juniors anymore is because the return of Hiromu was on the horizon.
For sure. As far as the MVP of the tournament, I'd have to give it to Ospreay, I think.
Yeah?
He had a lot of good matches. I actually wrote some down. I thought Lance versus Ospreay was really good that night in Dallas or wherever they were at.
Yeah, that was Dallas. That was an incredible match.
His match with Zack Sabre Jr. was great. Him and Kota was great. Him and Okada was great. Him and Tanahashi was great. Him and Tanahashi was actually really good. And I'm not a huge fan of Will Ospreay. His character, I guess. I'm just not into
does he
it.
really have a character
guess
besides
not.
like I'm cocky and
Yeah.
flip?
But as far as just putting on a good match, he's good. He's real good. Maybe one of the best in the world for sure.
Yeah, he's really good.
Um,
What is he, only like 25, 26?
yeah, I think he's only 25, maybe 26 at the oldest.
Jesus. He's only going to get better.
And he's putting in work, man. He was New Japan Cup, Best of Super Junior, G1. Now he's in fucking, what's the next tournament coming up? Amazing Red's in it.
Oh, Best of Super Juniors, and then there's the Super J
Super
Cup.
J Cup, the one that's coming up.
Yeah.
His first match is against Amazing Red. Ospreay, Amazing Red.
He's been wanting to wrestle Amazing Red for years.
Yeah. That's going to be a banger.
I thought Amazing Red was retired.
Yeah, it was a big shocker when they announced him. I don't see him beating Ospreay in the first match. You think is it's just a one-off?
No, because the Super J Cup is just a straight up tournament, right?
Yeah, it's one and done.
Yeah, I think it was just maybe like Ospreay really wanted this match, then they get to have Amazing Red in the tournament.
Yeah.
Kind of like a big like.
It's all in the United States too.
The entire J Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, so they probably have a lot more American guys in this then.
Yeah. Let me find the bracket. If you want to keep talking.
Yeah, I'll keep talking. Kota Ibushi winning the G1. He has his own kind of triple crown, so to speak. He's the only guy to win the G1, Best of Super Juniors, and New Japan Cup, which is unbelievable. His New Japan accomplishments and championships is ridiculous. Intercontinental champion, never open weight champion, junior tag team champion. It's ridiculous. Kota Ibushi is awesome. I love Okada, but I kind of want him to just beat Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. Not because I hate Okada. Okada has had so many long title reigns, and
it's Kota's time.
Yeah, Kota needs to win.
Yeah, Kota winning the G1, I have nothing against it. I actually loved it. He deserved it. It's been a long time coming, I think. I have this weird feeling that he might lose it, because doesn't the winner of the G1 have to defend it? And I hope that's not the case.
Have they been teasing that?
That he's going to lose it?
Yeah.
No, I just have this feeling.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why.
Shitty Beard Jay White's going to steal it from him?
Something like that. I don't know.
I want Dream World. I want Kota to win.
Against Okada?
I want him to win in January. I want him to win on January 4th.
Yeah, me too.
And then I want Kenny Omega to come down and challenge him for the next big show after that, which is what, Power Struggle?
I think so.
Just challenge him at the next big New Japan show, and then they just try to kill each other for like an hour.
In a perfect world, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be the storyline to book, for sure.
That would be monumental.
Yeah,
you can't have Kota win the fucking IWGP Heavyweight title and not have Kenny Omega come down and embrace him.
Not at all. Yeah. You have to. As far as the Super J Cup goes, then it's in Seattle, San Francisco, and the final match is in Los Angeles. The participants are Will Ospreay, Amazing Red, Sho, Ishimori, C. Connors. I don't know who that is. C. Connors. He's versing TJP, who is in it.
I'm not familiar with C. Connors.
Me either. Robbie Eagles, that El Phantasmo guy, Taguchi, Jonathan Gresham, Yo, Dragon Lee, Caristico. You ever heard of him?
Sankara.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Versus Bushi. He'll be versing Bushi in the first round.
Bushi about to get fucking tapped out.
Rocky Romero and Soberano Jr. Is that how you pronounce that?
Soberano.
Soberano. So it's a pretty stacked up tourney for sure. Who do you got?
Win it all. Let me see that. I can't see Ospreay winning.
No.
I'm trying to think of.
I could see him giving it to Rocky.
Yeah, that's possible. Like a big thank you, like a nice little thank you run.
What does the winner of the J Cup get?
Winner of the J Cup gets a title shot, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I could see Caristico doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe, because I'm trying to think who hasn't won the title in that bracket.
Sho?
I would love for Sho to win it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I feel like Sho and Yo, I honestly feel like should break up at this point. Who are even the junior tag team champions? Are they the junior tag team champions? Or is it still Suzuki-gun?
I think so.
They've been the champs for like a fucking year.
I know. It's crazy.
It's still Kanemaru and Desperado?
I think so.
Can you look that up? Can you confirm that for me? Because I think they won it, then RPG, 3K won it back, then lost it. Has RPG 3K held the belts for more than like 2 months? Their reigns are always super short. I remember they had that big debut, and I think they beat the Young Bucks, and then they lost the belts immediately. I think Wrestle Kingdom back to the Young Bucks.
Yeah, something like that.
It's ridiculous. It's
El Phantasmo and Ishimori.
Oh, wow. Go figure. Who the hell are the tag team or 6-man tag champs?
Taguchi, Makabe, and Yano.
Why do they still even have those tag team champions, the 6-man?
I don't know.
It's so ridiculous.
Also at the G1 final, Kenta joined Bullet Club, which led to a miraculous, stupendous return of Shibata.
Yeah, a lot of people were hyped up about Shibata coming down and beating ass, and a lot of people felt like they were teasing Kenta versus Shibata at Wrestle Kingdom, but Shibata just won't be cleared. I had a feeling because of the way everyone sold and took bumps for him was definitely like overselling for like the old guy, when like Bruno Sammartino or like Larry the Axe Handing or just any of these old guys that have ever done a run in at any show ever punch someone, they oversell it to make him look like a big threat. And they were super safe with him when they attacked him. Like the PK was really safe.
Yeah,
because Kenta stopped and slowed down to make sure that he got him right in the arm and chest. He didn't want to make sure he got him in the head.
You know, I got my hopes up there for a minute, but
I know.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, it was good to see it happen. That happened. It was cool, of course. I love Shibata, and the pop he got was fucking crazy. You know, the fans love him. They miss him.
I miss him too.
Never say never.
Yeah, never say never.
But yeah.
Is that it? Everything you got?
I don't know. King of the Ring's coming back.
Yeah. King of the Ring looks really good.
There's the list of the competitors.
Ali, Andrade, Apollo Crews from SmackDown, Baron Corbin from Raw, Buddy Murphy from SmackDown, Cesaro, Cedric Alexander from Raw, Chad Gable from SmackDown /205 Live, McIntyre from Raw, Elias SmackDown, Miz Raw, Kevin Owens SmackDown. You've got Joe, Ricochet, Sami Zayn from Raw, and then Shelton Benjamin from SmackDown. Like,
that's a
stacked tournament. Now, do you think that this is something that they wanted to bring back all along, or were they trying to capitalize on the fact that people love wrestling tournaments in August?
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing. You know, you got the G1 that just ended, Super J Cubs coming up. I don't know. I could see that for sure, and I hope they book it like an amazing tournament. Have each match be awesome. You know, go all out. Give it to us. The semifinals are actually at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, shit.
Then the finals are at Night of Champions or Clash of Champions. So
it should be a good one.
Because I think they're doing the Madison Square Garden Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
I think that was announced today that the semifinals would be at Madison Square Garden, which is pretty cool.
I think that McIntyre should probably win it all to set himself up for a title shot at probably either the October pay-per-view or Survivor Series. And I feel like that should be his big coronation. Beat Seth at one of those pay-per-views.
Who do you got in the finals? I have this feeling they're going to have
the Raw versus SmackDown guy?
I would imagine.
It'll be, I think,
not 100% sure, but
I think it'll be McIntyre versus Owens.
Yeah, me too.
But
I have a feeling they're going to give it to Owens, unfortunately.
Man.
Because he's broke.
King Kevin
rolls off the tongue.
King Kevin does.
Another thing I was discussing with a guy on Twitter, I hope that the winner gets something.
They have to get a title shot.
I hope it's just not, oh, here's a crown and a scepter and you walk around calling yourself the king. You know what I mean?
I like McIntyre winning because, that, like I said, they can really push him over the top and make him kind of into like this ruthless Game of Thrones ish type character.
For sure, it would work great for him.
Yeah,
the king.
Yeah,
King Drew.
Or I'm the king of this ring, or something like that. There's so much stuff you could work into
got
that with his promo stuff.
Yeah, it makes total sense. I think back to William Regal.
Yeah,
that
he would be what Regal was supposed to be.
Wasn't the rumor they were going to put the strap on Regal until he got suspended?
Yeah.
What did he get suspended for? The gas?
Yeah, I think so. Right. That was 11 years ago, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. I mean,
I think it starts this week.
This week, yeah, upcoming. I think what got me excited about it is the Cedric Alexander and McIntyre match, and then the Buddy Murphy Roman match, where these two guys who are cruiserweights and normally will probably get killed in any other situation like prior to this, they fucking showed out.
Oh yeah,
they showed their ass, especially Buddy and Roman. That match was off the hook. I highly recommend, if you get a chance, go and watch the Buddy Murphy Roman Reigns match from this past SmackDown. You will not be disappointed.
No, it was tremendous. Absolutely tremendous.
And Andrade Ray was good from what I heard. Ray did a slingshot Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah. I don't know. He's broke. He's got to do something.
Jesus. All right. Well, anything in closing, Kaz?
No, it was cool. We filmed this for the first time.
Yeah, we filmed it for the first time.
See how it goes.
Yeah, very curious to see how this turns out. Definitely will be editing this at work because I have a video editing software on my phone, so it'll be a little easier to send out the video.
For sure.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. There's, of course, an audio version of this that will be out shortly after the video version. I don't know if we're going to do the video version every week, but we definitely will like to do this more.
Definitely a trial run.
Yeah, it's a trial run, for sure.
For sure.
Maybe I'll make this a Patreon exclusive.
Just give it to the people.
Yeah, I'll just give it to the people. Maybe I can break this up into segments, too, for YouTube, so that way you don't have to watch us talking.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean, I'm going to overlay some video and stills over this to break up us just sitting here talking. So you won't have to see me wearing this very small tank top. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and listening. This has been the Excellent Wrestling Fan. Tuck your chin.